Now we will sew the side seams of the tote bag. To create these triangles at the bottom, we will need to do the following. Fold the bag like this, placing the wrong sides together. First, we want to sew this bottom section. Now match these seams and pin here. Then fold the bottom section and pin here at this notch. And then here on this notch, matching the edges. Then pin in between. Repeat for the other side. We will sew these two bottom corners by machine. Sew from this notch using a longer stitch setting. Here our seam allowance is 1.5 centimeters, but we will sew a narrower seam allowance because we want the stitch line to be inside the seam allowance on these bottom sections. We don't need to reverse stitch. Repeat on this side. Remove the pins. Next, we place the right sides together like this. Now we fold at these bottom notches and match these edges. And pin here. Then pin here further up, matching all the edges. Then pin here, matching the top corners. Now match these seams and pin here. Pin in between. Repeat on the other side. Now we set our machine on regular stitch length setting. Our seam allowance here is 1.5 centimeters. We start sewing from the top at this notch. Do a reverse stitch about 1 centimeter in and continue. Finish down here with a reverse stitch. Now we remove these stitches. Repeat for the other side. Turn the bag right side out. These bottom tailor tacks indicate the bottom corners. As you can see, with just a few easy steps, we're able to add some detail to our bag. To give it a nicer look, we will also be sewing buttons here. First, we will press open the side seams. Turn the bag inside out and press the seams on either side. Now press the seam allowances open. We use the tip of the iron to press the bottom section of the seam line. Repeat for the other side. We press the side seams from the right side as well using a press cloth. We are careful not to press over the side fold lines. Stop here at the tip of the triangle without pressing over it. Repeat for the other side. To make the triangle folds sharper, we will press them as well from the right side. Press like this using the tip of the iron between the tailor tacks and the tip of the triangle. Repeat for the other side. Now we will sew the buttons here. It is better to attach the buttons now before joining the lining. Pin here in the middle of this section to keep the seam allowances open on the inside. We want to sew the buttons here about 5 millimeters from these two edges. Pin like this to mark the position. Use a pencil to mark the center between the pins. Remove the pins and the button. We have threaded our needle with 4 threads and tied the end. Bring your thread out right on the mark. Secure the thread with 2 small back stitches. Pass the needle through one of the holes in the button and place the button here. Position it about 5 millimeters from either side of the corner. Sew back and forth about 4 times. Remove this pin from the back. Secure the thread on the back with 3 small back stitches. Cut the thread leaving a short tail. Repeat for the other button. Next, we will sew the pockets to the lining.